not been able to pull that off. And the regime has been absolutely horrific in its response, sweeping people off the streets, doing these executions, very public way of making a point, imprisoning political dissenters, everything. I mean, they're a very unpopular regime for a lot of all the reasons that a regime would be very unpopular.
And go like this
They're
bitch.
also this regime that does not allow any sort of free elections or anything we consider. They scope in the elections so only the parties or the candidates that they will hand pick are ever allowed to show up on the ballot, and then they pretty much put their thumb on the scale to make sure that whoever they want is the person that's elected. And then over the government is this, the supreme leader and his council, which are all a bunch of theocrats that basically control the country. So that's what it is, and it's this Shiite extremist belief. Since 1979, through the Shah of Iran, they have basically built their brand on two things: destruction of Israel and death to America. That's their two favorite bumper sticker phrases. That's what they kind of identify with. And this
blow they top on.
Constant, never-ending struggle. Some would say war, if you will, although technically in Arabic, well, I should say jihad is an Arabic term, and jihad actually means struggle. It doesn't always mean war per se, although when we say jihad, we normally mean war. And I should mention that Arabic is not the predominant language in Iran. It's actually Farsi, so maybe it's kind of a moot point. But anyway, they have kind of built their brand on this thing, that they have this constant struggle, conflict, whatever, with Israel and the West, and part of that goes back into the history of Iran. The Shah of Iran, when he came into power in '53, kind of the U.S. and Great Britain were behind getting him into power because there was another guy in there who was too favorable, or was basically leaning towards the Soviet Union, different era, Cold War. I don't want to get into all the details, but the feeling was that the U.S. basically, fomented a coup to put the Shah in power, put the Shah in power, and aimed everything at the West. They've been anti-Western the entire time, and so that's what that is. That's what that regime is all about. And so right now, all the things that are underlying that regime, all the things that
shut up, nigga. Let Trump speak.
The thing that always point at is like,
hey, what's good, Mort?
Develop a nuclear weapon. We might be a member of the nuclear club. We might be quote.
Damn right, we
have nuclear capability. That's what they kind of held up for a very long period of time. Well,
we just waiting,
playing
our cards right.
To do that is
Trump about to speak right now,
y'all. Kevin Hunter came live on Twitter.
Along with Israel literally controlling the skies over Iran, that has, some significant impact on the
hey, y'all, make sure to like on the stream though.
To maintain itself in power.
Al, we appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
I will say that it's now
let my guy talk.
10 o'clock Eastern time. We anticipate that the president will step up to this podium any moment now. We don't know if he's going to come out any second now, any minute now, but I'm going to keep you on the line here, Al, until we see President Trump walk out.
Thomas, what's good?
Let's ask one more time, what exactly are you going to be looking to hear from the president? This is going to be the first time we've heard him on camera since we heard about this. What we've heard from him on social media is that we have completed what he calls very successful attacks on 3 nuclear sites in Iran. Natanz and Isfahan.
I like my guy.
Let's get it, Trump.
We'll never back up.
Get it.
And others, it looks like Secretary Hegseth and Secretary of State Marco Rubio here. Let's listen to the president after the strikes on Iran.
If you hear it now, just know, man.
Some time ago, the U.S. military
You know what's doing.
strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
This nigga ain't say shit.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death
A
to
lot
America,
easier.
death to Israel.
We got bigger bombs,
They've
nigga.
been killing our people, blowing
I ain't
up
gonna
their
lie.
arms,
When
blowing
he
up
started
their legs
taking
with
some shit.
roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before.
that?
And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli
Horrible,
military
horrible
for the
threat.
wonderful job they've done.
Face sad.
And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American
got 50 here, Mike.
patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight.
No fucking with you.
And all
They
of
have
the
a third
United
in?
States
18?
military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's
Get up
so.
in there.
I
Stand
also
next to
want
Trump, nigga.
congratulate the chairman of the
Yeah.
Joint Chiefs of Staff, General
Yeah.
Dan Raisin Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack.
Military.
With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight. Not even close. There's never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago.
Come on, Russia now. You feel me? Right to
Tomorrow,
Russia
General
now.
Kane, Secretary of Defense,
Let niggas
Pete
have it.
Hegseth, will have a press
Bigger than
conference
you,
at
nigga.
8 a.m. at the Pentagon.
Feel me? That's what
And
he's
I want to
saying.
just
I'm
thank
bigger than you,
everybody
nigga.
and
Don't try it.
in particular, God.
Wait for you.
I
Boom!
want to
Whole
just say,
Pentagon going.
we love you, God, and we love
No
our
president, no
military.
second
Protect
president. Feel me?
them.
Then what? The
God
whole
bless
now is war.
the Middle East.
Nigga.
God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
You didn't say God bless
Thank you.
Iran. Come on, bro.
He said God bless the Middle East though. So that's what basically. You feel me?
Yeah, but that
All right, there you have it. President Trump in
That's all
very
a nigga
brief
need.
remarks there, saying that
You wait for it.
Iran's nuclear program has been completely obliterated.